Hey, what's up, NPS3D here and welcome back another excited Element 3D tutorial. This time I am going to recreate this whole animation, this sci-fi cinematic loop inside Element 3D. That gonna be fun, too much fun guys. So for making this particular video, this types of loop, you need basically what I need is a model which is running. I downloaded this model from Miximo. It's a great and free website from Adobe which provide us a very good looking models characters with animations. So here is a button for character. You can just select the character and there are many characters. You can choose anyone which you want, and this is the animation options. You can search anything here and you can pick that and it will appear here. So by default this is my character and I will choose running. So let's select this one. This is male and this is female. So now you can see this is running, and there are a few things like I change it to in place, so it will run in a place, it will not move anywhere. So it will be good for Element 3D. Otherwise we have to animate their position as well, as like when it will go from here to there, again I will have to make that animation from here to there. So that's why I click on in place and just simply click on the download and make sure this is 24, or you can make it 30, whatever you want, but this is 21 frame, that's why I put 24 here and I click download. And when you download this footage, open it any 3D software. I choose Blender because it will allow me to export as OBJ sequence free. So all I have to do is simply import that FBX and it's good. Now I have to off this and now it's perfect. This is only 20 frames, so I will export only 21 frame actually. So you can see it's looping perfectly, I think. Yeah, looping perfectly. Press A to select everything, go to the file, export OBJ, and here you have to do is check the animation and you can select a path and just simply click on the export OBJ. So I already completed all these steps guys. I have one more simple request. If you are new here, I will consider subscribe this channel because you will find a lot of really good tutorial here that will help you a lot. And see how many tutorials I have here, they are pretty damn amazing. So I hope you will subscribe this channel because there are many people who watch my tutorial but they don't subscribe me. So please subscribe, it will motivate me a lot for making tutorials because this is the thing which you can do, man. And if you'll find this tutorial helpful, please like the button and please share your feedback. That is amazing thing which I feel personally because you share your thought. So let's make a new composition and let's build the whole scene. So let me create 9020 by 1080 24 FPS and the duration I will choose 10 seconds in this time. I will create a new solid and make it to the Element 3D. Go to the effect and control and apply Element 3D. By the way, this is FX console. It is free to, it's very helpful. So let's open Element 3D, go to the scene setup and let's try to build the scene. Once you prepare your scene, it's very easy to play. So first let's build the scene. So I'm going to use Motion Design 2 models. It's amazing. So let's build the scene. So by the way, this tutorial is inspired by a guy from Instagram whose name is Don. You know, Visual Don. He made amazing visuals. So this is inspired from this tutorial. So you can definitely visit his channel and give it a follow, like whatever you can. Amazing. Inspiration is amazing. They have much good quality videos available, and they had some free courses as well as, but the problem is he made everything inside Cinema 4D, I think. but now I'm going to show you how you can create inside Element 3D. So let's create the base. So first I will create the plane, which is gonna be our base layer. So the size, so let's make it 6 by 8. It's amazing. Fine. Let's go to the beams and let's bring few of the beam. And what I will do, I will just click on the normalize size and optimize mesh, and I will increase the size to 200%, and I will rotate it and I'll put it here. This is the thing which I will do with every single object. So I'm going to fast forward this process. You can just also make them in a new group. When one side design is complete, we will symmetry the whole design in second side. So this will be helpful. So I will base. And you know we are designing, so we can design anything. We are artists and the power is in our hand. Always never lose hope. Just keep working. I want this one for the big pillars, like this one. So this is one side, and now you can simply drag and make in another group, and now you can select the first one, go to the symmetry and change it to the X side. So now we created both side object and it's good. So let's remove unused material and let's hit OK. Let's switch back to the preview mode and half mode. Let's create a new camera, and this is just a random camera. We will make a final camera later also. So this is the scene is looking good. Now let's go to the Element 3D, group 1 particle replicator, and make it the 3D grid. I will hide the Y, I will hide the X. I will add 12 copy in a G direction. I will go to the custom view and I will press Ctrl and scale it like this. And just attach them, and our scene is prepared. Look how easy it is. So the scene is looking good to me. Now I want to include some more object here on the plane, and I want a random object as well as. So I will press Ctrl and select object one by one, and I can just make some, I can just tweak them little bit. This is not an easy job. Go to the motion design 2 and there is an option called components, and I will use few of the components like this one. Normalize size, optimize mesh, and I will make the size around 150. And make sure this is in this folder, so it will symmetry. So for this scene, what I will do, let me show you the fun thing. Duplicate by pressing Alt, duplicate again, and that's it. You can add few more objects like this one, 145. You can also add these types of rotation if you want. Everything in your hand, so you can do anything. And if you want, you can hide few of the design also. Like I want to hide not this one. Select this beam and I will move to maybe here, so it will give me a block area here. So when our camera will move, the entire scene will be appear from this side. I can rotate this one as well as, so our galaxy will see through by this hole. So hit OK. You can see looking good, but I think the scale of this object is not quite good to me for now, so I will make them 200. I don't know what I am doing right now, but I hope it will look cool in the end. So the design is looking good and we can change anytime later also. Let's create a new null object, make it 3D. First make the camera to something like this. The scene is pretty symmetrical, so I will arrange it little bit later also. Select the null object and parent with the camera, and now press P on the null position, add a keyframe here and go to the custom view. Go to the top view and let's see, and I'll make it 0 and I will go to something around here. Now I'll zoom it and let's correct the size. Let me make it from here again. So hit the keyframe, make sure the keyframe is enabled, go to the very end and just move to these 2 frames. We don't want too much, so press V and move it to here. I think good. Let me play it. So it's good. It's good, right? It's good. If you want more motion, you can just make it more further also. But this motion is good because our character will running and the character cannot run much faster, so it's good. Now we will fix this problem in the end problem, so it will look good when we'll make our loop. So the camera animation is pretty good. Now only I have to do to fix this one. So what I will do, I will go to the render setting and here is option for camera cut off. So basically the camera cut off is a option which allow you to control the camera see distance. It's mean how far your camera can see. 50,000. So I will make it 1000 and see it clearly here. What will happen? Now our camera only can see here. So you can see. So this is the technique which I am going to experiment right now. So let's make it 5000. Let's make it 10,000. Let's add one more 0. Now it's enough if you want, and this will give you one more cool example like this building animation which will never end. So this is the good one which I think. Otherwise you can make it even more, 15,000. So this is also good one. So let's make it something around 12,000. So this is good. This personally I feel very good. So our animation is perfectly good. Let's add some lighting texturing. So go to the scene setup. First let me add the environment. So let's double tap on the camera and make it to something around 20 mm maybe. It's good. Let's make it like this so that we can see these pillars. It's pretty good. Now let's add some background. So let's bring a background which you can download from online, obviously for free. So let's make it like this, and then you know what I can do? I can just apply a effect called CC lens. You know, when you are outside, you will see some of the distortion, not a distortion, but something like spherical. Whole environment is like spherical, so I'm doing something like that. You can also move this point wherever you want, so let's move it like here, and this is gonna be our background. Let's duplicate this one, and this is gonna be our galaxy. And what I will do, select this, and let's add a mask around this galaxy. This is the quick and easy way to make the galaxy. And hide this and down this scale. Let's F for the feather. And good. Now we have a galaxy, because this galaxy is hiding from these object which I don't want. That's why I make a mask and make it like this. So we are good to go for the next step. So let's select this element 3D, go to the custom layer, go to the custom texture, and I will make this background as a custom texture map. I will go to the scene setup, and I will go to the environment and load that as HDRI environment map, and this looks amazing. And now I will try to make them a little bit more good. So what I will do, I will first start texturing. So I'll go to the Pro Shaders, Metal, and I will try to add some material for the ground which is reflective. So let's try this one. Not looking good to me. This is maybe good. Let's try adjust this one. Select this material, down the glossiness, and select this plane by pressing Ctrl and click. Select this model and go to the UV mapping and make it to the box. Let's make it 2 by 2 at least, and go to the environment map and make it mirror surface. So this looks good. Select this material and go to the glossiness and try to make some highlight, some reflected area and some dark area. So this looking good to me. Yeah, perfect. This look amazing. Now the next part is making textures for this one. So in my example, if you will see clearly, there are some textures. Let me open this one. So you will see these are a few grid which is inspired by the original example. So what I did, I use a free, I can say a software called JS Placement. It's completely free, and I used this one for generating some textures, grid textures. So let me show you how. So let's select this one, and there are few of the options which you can choose. So I choose the classic one and click here to generate, and there are few more things, like if you want these types, it will generate textures like this. So let's try this time this one. So there are a few things which option is generate, invert, save normal, toggle color, save height. So we want a normal map because we don't get a height map inside Element 3D. Like if you select any environment, you will see only the normal bump. So I will try to export this object as a normal, so click on this button, and if you want you can just change the parameter, few of the parameters, and it will update the things like according that if you want. But I don't want to touch and change anything because we want just a normal thing, we don't want any specific thing. So I will click on the save normal, and that's it. Let's close it. So now we have a normal map. I can simply drag and drop. So let's create a new material, or you can just use anyone from these because we will get some. Let me show you what I mean. Let me go to the environment and let's increase the brightness for now to clearly see all these things. So let me add any of the textures and let's see what happened. I want a dark. Let's try this one. Down the brightness to maybe around 0 or maybe little bit. And let's remove unused material, go to the very last one and go to the normal bump and load that texture, or you can simply drag and drop to the normal map and you will see something happening. You can see here, let's hide the grid. You can see before and after. Now I will increase the amount of normal map, so now you can clearly see what's going on. So what you can do, you can select this object by pressing Ctrl and you can go to the texture mapping and make it to the box, and you can make it 2 by 2, so you can see very detailed one. And you can also go to the environment map and make it to the spherical, and I will try to load this material to every object. It's looking good, but now let me make it to the spherical each and every one. So I will select from here and make it spherical. These are not a easy task because things can take time to complete. Let's make them more randomized. So I will press Ctrl and select anyone and I will rotate them a little bit more. So looking good. Let me finalize them a little bit more and let's add the character. So I will make it to the half page, go to the scene setup and let's try to add the character. So I will add the character in another new group. So first let's hide the reflection so that we can move more faster. Go to the file, import 3D sequence and load that running sequence. Let's select the first one and let's open, use auto normal and hit OK. And let's make them in another group, but first let me check here. So let me make it normalize size, make it here. Okay, this is 2 piece, but I want one, so let me make it here and let me move it to the another group and let me texture it. So I will apply the same texture which we applied on here, this one. We'll apply this texture to the whole object and let me duplicate it and apply again so that I can adjust few things, like everything is looking too good. Select this material and make it to the spherical, hit OK and let's find out where it is there. Let's go to the group 2, create a group null, go to the top view, make it to the half raise and let me bring it to the here. So let's go to the active camera, let me rotate it to 180 and then I will down the scale to around 50 or maybe 25. 25 is too small, so let me go to the Element 3D scene setup and let me adjust few things to make it look more believable. So let's down this plane size to something around 4 here. Let me select the base and make it like this. Hit OK, and then select this object and make it 30 or maybe 50. Not 50 is not looking good, so let's make it 35. Let's adjust the angle a little bit more. Let's go to the top view and zoom it. So this is our character, so let's make the character here on this line. Let's add a P for the position keyframe and go to the very end, and let's make where our camera is again on the same location. This way our scene will look perfectly. And let me adjust few things, it's not looking good. So I will select this R to make them. Let me make it quarter to just check the loop. By the way, this is not moving, so let me see what's happened. Select this one and make sure this is start from 1, and now it will start moving. And one more thing, you can go to the group 2 and particle and go to the backed animation and make sure this is set to the loop. And now let's check the preview. Let's make it to the half range. Here you can see this is glitching. This is just because overlapping. So what you need to do is go to the top view again, and let's try to go to the particle replicator, and here on the G scale make sure this is. Let's go to the scene setup and try to hide few of the things so that go to the active camera and let's play it. Now the glitches is finished, almost finished. Now you can bring the whole object again, and let's add some ambient occlusion. So I will use SSAO. I will increase the size, increase the contrast, down the gamma to around 3, distribution may be 12 or maybe 10, and radius may be 5. Yeah, looks good. Let's go to the physical environment. Let me click on the show in background so that I can see. Let me make it X. This looks good. Let me blend it a little bit more. So let me increase it to the 45. Down the gamma to maybe 0.5 or maybe 0.8. Let me go to the render setting, and here is the option called fog. Let's select the environment color, this one, and enable it. Let's add a new solid, new solid, make it just here, and let's add a effect called tint, make it to the screen, and first hide this layer. Let's add the color, this one. Let's see, so that I'm trying to blending both things together. By default this one, and after this looking good, maybe good. Let's go to the Element3D again, and here is an option called fog range, so I will decrease, maybe I will increase it. And you can also boost the opacity of fog if you want, like this. And it's looking good. And what you can do more is go to the scene setup, and let's try to hide this one. So press Ctrl and click to select and off it, and looking good. Now let's select everything and press pre-compose whole things, and let's add a new adjustment layer here, and I will add a effect called glow, and I will down the intensity, and I will down the threshold, and I will increase the radius. So now you can see looking and matching perfectly. I can down or increase the threshold a little bit more, and I will duplicate this glow again, and maybe this time I will down the intensity, I will down the radius so that it will appear here only. So this looks amazing. What I can do more to make this character even look good, and just like my original example, some glimmer. So let me go to the Element3D scene setup, and then I will go to the select this character, go to the material which you choose, this one, go to the advanced section, and here is the option. See clearly, here is the option called smoothing. I will down it. So now our object is not smooth, this is like polygon, low poly, and now you can see this is before and this is of after. So this looks amazing to me. One more thing, make sure this is set to the spherical. What you can do, you can also add a light, new light, parallel light, and you can match the color, and cast shadow enable. Go to the Element3D, area option called shadow, enable shadow, and make sure this is ray traced. Active camera, and now you can see we are getting some shadows which I was trying to create. Yeah, that's looking amazing. So this is the good one. Let me go to the here, and this one will be your final result. Let me T and down it little bit, or I can add a new adjustment layer on top of everything, and I will add a hue and saturation, and maybe I'll down the hue little bit, saturation. You can also rotate it to make it something different from the universe, but this by default looks good. Let me go to the pre-comp 3 Element3D, and let me increase the start distance. This looks better than before, and I am happy. One more thing which I want, just add a new adjustment layer on top of everything, and I can add a unsharp mask, and I can add a noise effect and make it maybe 4. And if you don't like the textures, you can just go and change anytime. Let me come back to the scene setup again, and let's go to the here, and let's change the base, which I was talking before. Once your scene is ready, you can just change anything anytime, and that will look more good. I mean, that will look good, you know. You can just make them little bit random also. And what you can do more, you can just select any copy. You can do whatever, man, whatever you want, you know, whatever you want, you can just do it. I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah, you can do it anything. And the complete setup will change. I mean, this is the idea for creating the cinematic. I mean, not a cinematic, I don't know what, but you can make anything looping inside Element 3D with the help of this one. You know, I've done the glossiness 0. I can increase the environment highlight, or you can decrease it. Everything is up to you, what you want, how you want, and the scene will change totally. So you know, you can see I am adjusting also right now. I don't know when I will satisfy. I don't know anything. You can see the design is changing totally. And one more last thing, if you want to animate anything like any pillars, anything, what you can do, you can just simply select that model and make them in auxiliary channel, any channel, and you can go outside this scene setup and animate them. So let's do some more fun. I don't want to finish the tutorial, but I know you all are waiting for the end. And one more thing I want to say, don't forget to subscribe this channel. If you are new here, I will consider subscribe, because you will get many cool things. And if you want to download this project file, this tutorial project file, you can directly visit to my Patreon page, and a new button on channel is called join button. You can also support this channel by joining our channel membership. So everything is up to you guys. Everything is up to you, what you want and what design you want, and this will loop perfectly. So this is, you know, it guys. Maybe I will do some more tweaking, and after that I will finish post the tutorial. But this is the basic and the final idea how I came up with. And what I one more I just forget it. Whenever you are going to render, make sure your sampling is correct, so that you don't find any glitches. And you know what I am trying to say. You can see this is way better than before. And this is the end of the tutorial, and thanks to everyone for everything, that this is it. I am NPS3D, and we will see you next time with another great excited Element 3D tutorial. This is it, guys.